My name is Vivian Vance, and I've got a secret.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by Post Cereal. The cereals that make breakfast a little bit better. Post Cereal.
Two naturals join forces in a natural new cereal combination. Post, Bran, and Prune Flakes. Now you get the rewards of both in one box, in one delicious serving. Two naturals join forces to put the benefits of Bran and the sweetness of prunes in every spoonful, to give you flavor you're sure to take a liking to. Two naturals join forces in new Post, Bran, and Prune Flakes.
From New York, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Steve Allen.
Seriousness aside, good evening and welcome to another edition of I've Got a Secret. We've got some very interesting people waiting backstage tonight, but first, let's meet the interesting people waiting on stage. First, there's Betsy Palmer, then Bill Cullen, Bess Meyerson, and finally Henry Morgan. And that's our panel. Are you all set to play the game, panel? Then I'll get running over here and we'll play the game. Oh, I left you with a blank picture, didn't I? That's too bad. Well, sir, we're going to bring our first contestant in because I'm not going to play the piano, but he is. We'll tell you a little about that later. Here he is, right now, our first contestant. Would you tell us your name, sir, and where you're from?
My name is Tong Il-han, and I'm from Korea.
Panel, this has been a very exciting week for Tong Il-han. He fulfilled a lifelong ambition by becoming a finalist in the International Leventred competition, which is just about the toughest and most important piano competition in the whole world. And the judges include such men as pianist Rudolf Serkin and George Zell of the Cleveland Symphony, and Leonard Bernstein, who, when the competition was over, made the announcement that the 1965 winner was Tong Il-han. Now, of course, it's no secret that it takes much more than ambition to achieve such an honor. It requires dedication and years of studying with the best teachers available. And in the case of Mr. Hahn here, it took something a bit more. So, Mr. Hahn, if you'll whisper to me, we'll show the audience the story behind your musical career. Mm-hmm. All right. I think there's a little more. Would you tell me then? Wonderful. Now, panel, it's just possible that one or another of you might have read about Mr. Hahn's story in the paper, so naturally, if you know his story, just disqualify yourself. But the clue to Mr. Hahn's secret concerns how he got started in his musical career, and we'll start the game with Bill Cullen.
I assume, Mr. Hahn, the manner in which you got started was unusual.
Yes,
Did it took place in Korea?
Yes.
Did it take place during the conflict, conflict in which the United States was involved in Korea?
Yes.
Did it involve any United States service members who were in Korea at the time?
Yes.
Very good start, Bill. $20 down. Bess?
Was it one particular serviceman?
No.
Did they perhaps sponsor you?
In a way.
Did you have a musical instrument when you met them?
I did not have my own, that is, no.
Well, did it have to do with the fact that, say, they bought you a piano or were responsible for bringing you to the United States?
Yes.
Yes, they were responsible for bringing you here.
Yes.
And were any of them musicians, famous musicians?
No.
Again, progress has been made. $40 down. Henry?
Well, let's see. When they first came across you, were you a pianist then?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll say that there was a group in the Army that knew that you were a pianist and they wanted to help you with your career, and ultimately they brought you to the United States, and they got you to a teacher. And they paid the teacher?
Well, I think that just about covers my secret.
We might insist on a little sharper focus on the fine print, but substantially you have it, panel. The story is that in 1953, during the Korean War, Tong Il-han was an 11-year-old refugee who escaped from Seoul, South Korea, and returned to his home to find that his home had been destroyed by the communist troops. And it was then that his talent was first discovered, not by an impresario, but by our troops of the 5th Air Force, who heard him play and then voluntarily passed the hat to raise money for his musical education. Mr. Han, how did our airman happen to hear you play the piano in the first place?
Well, as I say, it was during the Korean War when I didn't have a piano to practice, so I found the piano in the headquarters of the U.S. 5th Air Force Base, and that's where I was heard by a group of airmen.
I see. And was that when they passed the hat to raise money for you?
No, that they have asked me to perform in a show, and that's where the commander of the 5th Air Force, General Samuel E. Anderson, heard me play, and then arranged a concert tour in the U.S. air bases in Korea and Japan. And that's where they raised some of money for my educational fund.
I see. And what happened next?
And so during 1954, I came to this country with General Anderson.
You've also won scholarships, I understand.
Yes, and I was offered a full scholarship at Juilliard School of Music under Madame Rosina Levine.
Well, I know that practically all the people who helped you are just as excited as you are about some of the wonderfully exciting things that are in store for you now. For example, a concert coming up at Town Hall here in New York City next Wednesday. And you're also going to be starting a world tour shortly, I understand. And Mr. Han has been invited to perform with practically every symphony orchestra in the country. So there's no telling now how many ex-Air Force men are also watching at this moment. We happen to know that General Anderson and some of his men and all the people that you've named are watching tonight. So for them, as well as, of course, for our audience, would you play something for us?
I'd be happy to.
He will play the Chopin Etude Opus 10, number 8 in F major. I think it takes another piano player to really appreciate how fantastic that was. I'll never play again, perhaps. In any event, we want to thank Mr. Hahn, and we also thank the Air Force, and we wish Mr. Hahn very good luck on November 10th at Town Hall, and we wish you good luck for the rest of your life. We'll be back with you again in just a minute, but first, let's watch this.
We'd just been married, and I decided to put first things first. Wife, I said, I'm going to teach you how to make coffee. First, an absolutely essential Maxwell House. See? Blue can. Good to the last drop. Maxwell House coffee. Good to the last drop. So, be a good little Maxwell housewife, and I think I'll keep you around.
Now may we have our next contestant, please? There you go. Nice to have you with us, sir. Would you tell the folks your name and where you're from?
I'm Stephen Sherko. I'm from Egg Harbor City, New Jersey.
Mr. Sherko of Egg Harbor City. Mr. Sherko, I want to congratulate you, first of all, on your victory in last week's election. Mr. Sherko, panel, has just been elected to the office of Harbor Master of Egg Harbor City, New Jersey. And I know that you're very pleased, naturally, at having won the election. Proud of your new title. However, instead, there's one little drawback to your new job. Is that right?
That's right.
Well, if you'll whisper the details to me, we'll let the audience see just what that problem is. Every job has its problems, I suppose. Panel, the clue to Mr. Sherko's secret concerns his new job as Harbor Master, of course, and we'll start the game with Betsy Palmer.
Mr. Sherko, is this a difficulty or a hardship that you're going to have to endure because of your new position?
Yes.
Is this something that will... Someone's laughing so wickedly. Is this something that, is it somebody out there that's involved in it too?
No.
This man, no. All right. Does it have to do with water?
Yes.
Does it have to do with your physical being involved with water?
No.
Does it have to do with a boat?
Yes.
Does it have to do with a boat that you will be upon?
No.
Does it have to do with a boat that's already there in the harbor?
No.
Is it a boat that's coming into the harbor?
No.
I didn't make that noise. That was a buzzer, although my mouth was open simultaneously. All right, Bill, $20 down.
Well, unless I've wasted 13 years here, the original laughter when he whispered his secret and the laughter in response to Betsy's questions, we can only conclude that there is no harbor in Egg Harbor.
13 years of time well spent. You knew that? Sure. That was good. If the original
That's right. Mr. Sherko is probably the only harbor master in the world without a harbor, but we're going to get you one, sir. How do you like? No, I just said that to see if you're paying attention. Has there ever been a harbor in your town, sir?
Yes, that has.
Well, where the heck is it now?
Well, they built a railroad. In the olden days, they built a railroad from Philadelphia to Atlantic City, and Egg Harbor was on the Milka River, and they moved in town to the railroad about 6 miles off the river.
Is there any reason why the world should ever have known of your harbor?
Oh, yes.
What was that reason?
George Washington stopped at that harbor once.
He stopped there once?
Yes.
What did he stop? Oh, you mean as he was traveling along?
Yeah,
I see.
oh, yeah.
I thought they broke up a card game or something. Yes, what were you saying?
Mr. Sherko, and again, I don't mean to be rude like Henry said, but what is your purpose?
How do I...
You always say you don't like to be rude.
I said
when you're
I
going
don't
to be
mean-
rude.
Honey,
No, I was being nice to you, Henry.
yes,
I really
you
was.
always are. Fine. Marvelous.
And now,
No,
back to our program.
seriously, why do they need a harbor master if there is no
I
harbor?
think that's pretty rude.
Maybe we can have Mr. Sherko clear up this mystery for us. Do you have an office to go to as a harbor master?
No.
Do you have any responsibilities regarding any harbor in the world?
No.
Did you campaign hard for this job, sir?
Oh, no.
Did you make any speeches?
No.
I'm going to beat you with an inch of your life. I just said that to make people pay attention. How come you didn't have to make any speeches?
Well, that's a good question.
You had no opposition?
No opposition.
I understand. Well, it sounds like a very good deal. Do you get paid?
Oh, yeah. I get $25 a year.
And all you can drink, I suppose?
Yeah, water.
Well, Mr. Zherka, when you're not harbor mastering, when you're not mastering that harbor there, what do you do?
I work for the South Jersey Gas Company in Atlantic City.
I see. Well, we wish you all the success in the world with both your careers. It was fun talking to you, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
We'll meet our special guest for tonight in just a minute, but first, Phil Cullen has a holiday treat for you. Stay tuned.
New is right, Steve. Here's a pumpkin pie that makes old-fashioned pumpkin pie really old-fashioned. It's new, creamy pumpkin pie, and here's all you need. A box of Dream Whip, a box of Jell-O instant pudding, vanilla flavor, and canned pumpkin. Now, you just mix the prepared Dream Whip with the pumpkin, the Jell-O instant pudding, milk, and spices, then slowly beat with a rotary beater until they're thoroughly mixed together. Now, pour into your favorite pie shell and top the pie with the rest of the Dream Whip. See, it's that easy to make because you don't have to cook it. The recipe is on every box of Jell-O instant pudding, vanilla flavor, or on the envelope that's on the inside of every box of Dream Whip. And you just wait till your family tastes it. Pumpkin pie that's as light as your holiday mood. New, easy-to-make, creamy pumpkin pie. It's truly delicious.
Some night on the show, I'd like to see, Vivian Vance or somebody say, "Good evening, my name is Vivian Vance, and I got a secret." And then later in the show, I say, "Now, here's our special guest, Wallace Beery." Somebody else altogether. That would really fool them. However, I'm glad to tell you right now, it is time to meet our special guest, one of America's real TV favorites. Let's welcome Miss Vivian Vance.
I'm Wallace Beery.
What do you have in store for the panel tonight?
Well, now I'm going to test the panel tonight. I'm going to test their ability to give directions and to take directions.
Well, I'll tell you right now, they can't do it, but it sounds like it's going to be fun. Tell me more.
Well, I'll do it with you first, huh, Steve?
Uh-oh.
I'll give the directions, and you take the direction. Now, what I have to do, I have to direct you, and you have to follow. A simple thing. I'll direct your hands, your face.
Some normal activity
Some
like
normal that you do every
typewriting
day,
or something like
maybe. Or something.
Whatever.
Anyway, something you're familiar with.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you what to do, and then you're supposed to guess what you're doing.
Okay.
Are you ready to go?
Sorry, I opened my big mouth, pal.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
Are
Yeah, I'm
you
ready.
ready?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh,
first.
yeah, we should tell the audience what I'm going to be doing, huh? I'll turn my back so the audience can see what I'm going to be doing. Have they seen?
Do you see? Have they seen?
Yeah.
Are we ready to go?
I'm turning my back.
All right, Steve.
All right.
Now then. Now first, let's see now. Take your right hand. The right hand. Now. No, not take it.
Oh, you do.
Now you take that hand, and then you lift up this hand. Now, put your palm out toward me. Oh, no, you're not that yet, Steve. Put this palm out toward me. Now, make some little circles with that hand. No, palm down. Palm down. Now, put it in that hand. Now, that's it. Now, do that. Oh, that's enough. Whoop. Now, then, put this hand down. Oh, put your left hand down. Now, bring your right hand out toward me, palm down. Now, make some more circles. Okay, now sort of scoot down, sort of squat down like that. That's it. A little more.
I'm feeling for my seat in a darkened theater.
No.
No?
Now bring your right hand out.
Left hand.
Oh, left hand out. Now make a fist. Now face your fists together. About 8 inches apart, like you're holding something. All right. Now lift up your right arm. Now down. Now your left arm. Don't do that.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not supposed to point.
Oh.
Lift up your right arm.
Oh, like that. I see.
Well, no, not quite. Now your left one. Now then, do it fast. Boing, 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 boing. Scoot down a little more. Scoot down a little more. Now, boing, boing, boing. What are you doing, Steve?
What am I doing? I'm beating up a midget.
No. Real fast. What are you doing, Steve?
Milking a cow?
No, what is he doing?
He's doing the Watusi or something.
Shining shoes.
He's shining shoes.
Well, if you think it's so easy, we're going to do it to them now, right?
Betsy and Bill first?
Whatever you say.
Huh? Let's see. Now, I think it's Betsy and Bill.
Do they do it to each
It's
other?
Betsy and Bill. Come on out, Betsy, you and Bill.
Will I stay here?
Huh? No, you have to come out, Bill.
All right, go on.
Now, you look. I'll be in between. Now, Betsy, now don't look. Don't cheat. No cheat. Don't cheat. You're going to instruct Bill on how to do something. And first we'll let the audience know what you're going to make Bill do. Huh?
Don't look.
Oh, no, look. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Are you
Go,
ready?
go, go,
Are
go.
you ready? All right. Let's see. No. Just keep your hands there. Extend your right hand. That's a good position. And kind of curl your fingers a little bit. Now, downward. All right? No. Just loosely. That's it. Take your little, take your index finger and your thumb and make a circle. That's it. All right? Now, just hold it there, okay? Please.
I've never done this before.
Take your left hand, put it on top of your head, and take a strand of hair between two fingers.
Take an eighth of an inch, Bill.
Now, move your right hand up to your head, to that spot that you've gone to there.
Now, what are you doing?
Now, I have to tell you more.
Oh, you will?
Now, I want you to do a forward action movement with your left hand, with your right hand. No, forward, kind of like a forward, no, right in its place. But I want you to make it revolve. That's it. Well, actually, forward and back and forward. No, make like circles.
You were making circles.
Okay, time's up. Do you know what you're doing, Bill?
Yep.
What are you doing, Bill?
Putting my hair up in curlers.
No, don't leave, Betsy. Don't leave now, Betsy. No, because now he's gonna tell you to do something. Okay, now.
Now,
Don't
this
look,
time you don't
Betsy.
speak.
No. Now, let's see, Bill. You're going to instruct Betsy on how to be someone, and we'll let the audience know who she has to be.
All right.
You want that? Or you want me to take it?
Yeah, you take it.
Are you ready? Okay.
All right, Betsy, sort of stoop over from the waist. And, no, not that much. Come up a little, that's it. And sort of bend your leg forward. Take a step forward, but bending your leg. Like you walk lower, that's the idea. And now act like you were taking a cigar out of your mouth.
Oh, I know who I am.
Who's that?
Groucho Marx.
Very good.
The judges have just grabbed me. They said, come here. And when I went over there, they said, tell them to stop saying things like cigar and hair.
Okay.
The judges said that. I didn't.
All right.
Oh, don't ever anybody say cigar nor hair from now on.
Oh, okay.
That's the only two words. we're
Anything
not
else is
supposed to
all right.
use.
Oh, we did it.
Oh, you were very, very good. I don't know what you get. You'll have to ask your sponsors, dear.
All right.
Now, we're going to have Henry and Beth.
That's 13 years of time well spent.
Henry's going to... Don't look. Oh, don't look. Henry's going to instruct Beth on how to be someone. And the audience will see now what Beth has to be. Did you see it, Henry?
Yeah, I saw it, and that's all I can do.
Are you ready? Beth, are you ready?
boy.
I'm ready. I have to see this. This is...
What happened?
I sort of started to faint. Put both hands in front of you as though you were holding something. Now, flex your knees slightly and take this thing you're holding and move it to your left very gracefully. At the same time being very careful. Now, swing around and move it to the right.
Oh.
You know what you're doing?
Absolutely not.
All right. Boy.
I started like
Yeah,
this,
now,
bend my
bend your knees.
left
All right, now,
and to the right.
with great grace.
With great grace.
Yes. And a little fear as you hold it.
Oh, I know.
Fair.
It's got
What?
to be
What?
a bullfighter.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beth.
He knew.
I knew it immediately.
Betsy knew.
Don't ever go into the ring, Beth, if you didn't know what you were doing.
With a docile little bull like that,
I'm sorry.
Now, don't look.
I was rotten.
Don't look.
No, you were
Now,
right.
Beth,
It's a courteous thing to say.
now you're going to do something different. Okay, Beth.
All right.
Now, Beth is going to instruct Henry how to perform an action, and we'll let the audience see what you have to tell him to do, Beth, huh?
Right.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready to go?
Yep.
Go.
Right? Okay.
All right, Henry. Now, you listening?
Yes?
Can you hear, though?
No.
Extend your left hand out straight. A little in front of you. All
That's
right.
about as far
Right.
as fun as it'll get.
Now, flex your fingers a little bit. No, don't keep them bent. Just bend them up. Now, bend over from the waist. And not too far. Keep your hand up. Hand up straight. And bend over from the waist. All right. Now, put your right leg behind you.
You've got to be kidding.
Put your right leg behind you.
Remember, I've got to stay on the ground during most of this.
All right, well, you can lift it a little bit. Now, take your right hand, your right arm, and extend it all the way back. Not so far. All right, like that. Now, with a forward motion...
Carve me. Carve me immediately. What?
Push your right hand straight ahead in the direction of your left.
With what?
Slowly. With an imaginary something. Go ahead, slowly. Your right hand forward to your left. All right, again, back. All right. Put your right foot up.
Delighted.
All right, now, right hand forward.
You just
slowly.
wanted to see could I do it, right? I'm not really doing anything.
Right hand forward to your left
Right hand forward to my left.
and back again. Look at what you're doing. Put your head down.
I wish I could see it.
I'll tell you what you are, Henry. You're the radiator ornament on an old piercing. You know?
How can I idea?
You're shooting. Pooh.
Way up here. We'll be right back.
Over the years, cars have sure changed. Times change. Tastes change. And I've changed too, to Tempo. As tastes keep changing, chances are you'll change too. Sooner or later, you'll probably want to try the taste of a charcoal tip cigarette. So why not make it the one with the taste that makes the change worthwhile? Why not Tempo? Why not today?
This was the new look, but times change, tastes change, and I've changed too, to Tempo. As tastes keep changing, chances are you'll change too. Sooner or later, you'll probably want to try the taste of a charcoal tip cigarette. So why not make it the one with the taste that makes the change worthwhile? Why not Tempo? Why not today?
Oh, good night, folks. That's all we have time to say. Vivian, thank you so much.
I've Got a Secret has been brought to you tonight by Green Whip, the whipped topping mix with all the flavor richness of whipped cream. From General Foods.
Banka Mooney becomes Lucy's first target when she and guest star Ann Southern team up in the real estate business on The Lucy Show. In color next.
This program was pre-recorded.
Share a dazzling hour of entertainment in color when Anthony Newley and Roger Miller join Steve on the first color broadcast of the Steve Lawrence Show tonight on CBS.